My name is Watson. I'm a senior flight dispatcher. I have a company which we cater for the general aviation, mainly private jet airlines, and the Prime Minister's aircraft in the Middle East and all over the globe. So we've been doing this business for quite some time, and so I was working in a company, so I just replicate the same company by myself. The company is registered in the UK. I'm very passionate about becoming a pilot from a young age, so many reasons I could not be able to complete medical breakdown and etc. So this is the time I believe I can just spare a little bit free time and engage in some flying. And also I open a separate division for Indian students to get their career built up for the flying. So this is what I've been in touch with the Flying Academy, which I understand they have expanded in the Europe and the American. So being in the general aviation, I understand the value for the FAA and EASA. I'm not considering any ICAO for the time being. So I already had a few sessions with the Radik from Europe, and George. So the few discussion later, they're happy to share the agreement, etc. So we completed that, and then this is why I'm here to visit the facility, see the real heroes. This is why I'm here. And your soothing welcome is really appreciated. Now you talk to me about how
the visa process,
the TCA, TSA. And bear in your mind, I used to do the CBP clearance, ERPs for the US bound flight.
That's different though.
That's different. Sometimes I also take the TSA approval for the aircraft.
Those pre-checks are totally different. It's a completely different department.
From the individual,
This TSA is basically a little small department of the FBI post 9/11 to clear any and all international students and permanent residences to take on flight training in the United States.
So this is the first step and mandatory part.
It is mandatory, so we only ask you to do this step once your visa is approved, because once your visa is not approved, then there's no point and wasting your money on that. They did, however, in regards to TSA, they just made a new change recently around the 1st of August this year, where they combined all the programs together, and it's only a one-time fee of 140. Previously, for PPL, for IFR and commercial, each was 140.
Also, each terms we need a TSA approval.
We used to, now not anymore.
Fair
now,
play.
and it's valid for 5 years depending on what expires first. Let's say the person's passport expires, then the TSA automatically expires because the passport ended.
So it's held upon the documents.
It depends upon the documents. If everything is in order, then the TSA is valid for up to 5 years, and X amount of programs can be added onto that part is mine and another colleague of mine, Lazaro. I think you saw him on the other side. He and I manage, we are the agents that represent TSA over here, so we'll help out as much as we can at the time of enrollment when we start issuing the I-20 aspect, which is service. So we only issue M1 statuses. We don't have anything to do with F1. We are an M1 approved school. So the maximum allotted time for a full program that we can give at once is 12 months. Let's say you don't finish in 12 months. I'm going to give you another I-20, but that entails you to leave the country and then come back again. So which basically means that you can go to the Bahamas, Mexico, anywhere that your US visa is valid for. So you can go there, extend it and come right back, and then that's how we can reissue you your second I-20 and I-20s that follow after that.
And that would be how long the period be? 12 months
It depends. If the person is still stuck in PPL for 12 months, we do have some students that find it tough. Aviation is not for everyone.
Yeah, exactly.
So some students take longer, but the ones that go boom, 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 4 months, and 0 to CPL in 12 months and out. Weather plays a huge factor. We are in Florida, so as much as you see that it's bright and sunny.
This is every day, not just today, right?
Not just today. Like right now, we had quite a few flights cancelled because the winds are picking.
Winds are picking up.
So the 152s have a certain amount of
tolerance.
So the 172 is slightly better. For the Seminoles and all, it starts to, you can go at better winds. But to each. Everyone has a minimum, so you follow that, you're good to go. But 0 to CPL is 12 months. If a person chooses just to do PPL, then I'll give you the I-20 from your start for just 4 months.
4 months.
That's the maximum allotted time I can give you. If the person doesn't finish it, then I'll extend it. And every time I extend it, the person has to step outside the US border.
So when you say stepping out, is he going with the visa out and coming
Yeah.
back? Okay.
He has to take his passport, the new I-20 that I give him, go to any country. He can even go back home, spend a little time with the family and come back, but it has to be outside of the United States. Not Puerto Rico, not Hawaii. It has to be the Bahamas, Mexico, Jamaica, anywhere where a US visa is accepted. Because once you have a US visa, you can actually visit all these countries without
on arrival.
Yeah.
Waiver free.
Yeah.
Okay, get it.
So that's the service aspect.
Service. And on the TSA, what is it required from students? Let's say he say for example, I'm a student, considered to be a student, and I got the visa, the M1 visa, which you've been told.
That's all you have to do. Your passport and visa details are all that is required to upload. And everything has to match. They'll ask you your height, your weight, the color of your eyes, the color of your hair.
Full medical characteristics.
Not medical. Medical is separate.
Physical.
Only pretty much like the place you were born. If you have dual citizenship, you have to declare all of that. The addresses that you've lived for the last 5 years in the US. So I usually ask the people to put, because if they've had gaps, it causes an issue. So I would ask you to put your permanent address of your home country and then put the address to where you came in recently. Because if you were to go back to 5 years, half of them don't even remember where they were and if they've already been here before.
Okay.
If it's a fresh person, then just start a new application. Now, TSA, one account and one account only. They do not like duplicates. So, and every name on the passport, some people have 5 names, 4 names, 3 names, every name has to be mentioned. One little error and everything goes downhill. The same with the FAA form, because after they finish their TSA, once they arrive here and now they start the process, you have something called the IACRA application, which is the applications to start your student pilot certificate. That's the first license that you get. Without even having to fly.
Okay, what's this? What is
it's
it?
basically
Student pilot.